Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Joel Rosen and I want to welcome you back to, I believe this is the 7th edition of Understanding MTHFR and Methylation. And so what I want to talk to you today is about the next cycle, and that's called the MTR cycle. And basically there are 3 major enzymes that we have to go through in order to make methylfolate convert into methionine. So the example I use is, this is Orlando and this is Fort Lauderdale. Now we're going from Fort Lauderdale to Miami. So we're making our way south, and if we have a problem with some of the roads upstream, then obviously that's going to impact our ability to get to downstream roads as well. So the first blockages we were talking about were in the folate cycle, where MTHFR is a problem, where FAD and activated riboflavin from your thyroid is a problem. The thing I didn't mention were inhibitors or car accidents. So we see a lot of the times things like taking hormone replacements, taking steroids, taking folic acids. All of these things are going to inhibit. These are going to be car accidents that are in the middle of the highway that's going to cause even further problems. So we want to clear that debris through lifestyle changes. Those are the epigenetic factors that pull the trigger of a loaded genetic gun. So now we're going to talk about MTR, MTRR, and BHMT. So basically it all starts with homocysteine. So I'm sure a lot of you have heard about homocysteine, and they say that that's a good marker for your methylation. Studies basically show that 7 to 9 is an optimal level. And I've seen on the test it says 0 to 15 is a good level. And that's way wrong. You know, just like in life, we need a healthy balance of not too little and not too much. So if we're less than 6 on homocysteine, that could be telling us that we have an upregulation of recycling homocysteine. If we're higher than 9, that means we may have a blockage of recycling homocysteine. And homocysteine is a very inflammatory cardiovascular problem. So I see patients that are in their 20s. I pretty much know that they have a methylation problem and we need to open that up. But basically homocysteine has to go and get methylated in order to become methionine. Remember we talked about methylation, about adding a CH3 group, about making and breaking things? Well, this is the next cycle. Homocysteine has to be able to get recycled or methylated in order to get methionine. And it has to steal the methyl group from folate. So stick with me here. If we have a problem methylating folate, then we're going to have a methylation problem for homocysteine because it gets ultimately its methyl group from that area, from that problem. And this is where B12 fits in. So a lot of people will take B12 and they think that that will solve the problem. But B12 also has to be methylated because it's just hanging around waiting for its methyl group to come, and it goes through MTRR in order to get methylated. And I see a lot of positive SNPs on MTRR, which means B12 is just going to oxidize. It's not going to get methylated, and it's going to create a lot of free radical problems, and that's going to cause oxidative stress, and that's going to cause your wheels to spin even further and expose your weaknesses even further. So I know this is a really complicated subject. Please watch it again. But B12 is sitting on the sidelines, and MTRR is going to bring it into the game, and that's when folate becomes available. So B12 is kind of twiddling its thumbs, waiting for methylfolate to come to get into the game, and then when it does, it's not doing it effectively in terms of giving the methyl group to B12. On top of that, if you have heavy metal toxicities like mercury or alcohol, even drinking alcohol, that will slow down that process, or even laughing gas. That will slow down that process of giving the methyl group from folate to methylcobalamin. And that's a huge problem. Once methylcobalamin gets its methyl group, it gives its methyl group to homocysteine, and then homocysteine can go around the long way and be able to become methylhomocysteine, which is methionine. Tough stuff. I'm going to pause there, rewatch this video. Suffice to say, if you have a blockage here, a blockage here, a blockage here, and you have a car accident like alcohol or metals, then you're not going to be producing a lot of methionine. That's the bottom line. And methionine is the next step in order for us to make energy and feel better. So it's not all about MTHFR. Certainly it's a big part of it, but it's about these other genes as well. So my name's Dr. Joel Rosen. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Understanding MTHFR and Methylation, and I look forward to helping you with your chronic problem. Thank you so much.